Hello and welcome to another Dominion League match. This is my third match of the season, playing against scobud27, who I don't believe I've ever played before. So far, got a 4-2 win and a 3-3 tie, so doing reasonably well. The division's pretty close right now. Plenty of Dominion left to be played. So, we don't appear to have trashing on this board. That's real unfortunate. We've also got a 2-5, and apparently so does our opponent. Yeah. This looks real gross. I think we probably do have to pick up a sea hag, unfortunately. The cursing looks too relevant to ignore. Would have been nice to go just pick up a silver even, but so Scobud goes for Swamp Hag. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go for Sea Hag. I mean, Swamp Hag will do more in the deck long term, but I can avoid taking curses from Swamp Hag, whereas the Sea Hag is guaranteed. I think we're probably going to want to pick up Apothecaries. Okay, so we are not going to buy anything next turn, which means we still haven't added anything to our deck. The question is, do we want to add an engineer? So on the one hand, it's an extra terminal. On the other hand, we can trash it. And we can just use it to gain some treasure. Like, I think, given that we're not going to buy anything next turn anyway, I think I'm going to do that. Wait. Okay, that was really... I brain farted there. That was stupid. For some reason, I was thinking the Swamp Hag was going to apply to my next turn. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe I didn't see that my opponent played it, or maybe I'm just... I don't know. That was really bad. Regardless, okay, here we are. So, yeah, the question is, do we want to get the potion for Apothecary? I think the answer is yes. Like, as junky as this board is... Okay, good. There was actually a risk there of not even hitting 2p with a Sea Hag in our deck, but fortunately... Oh, great. What were the odds of that? Well, I'm not taking a curse to buy an Apothecary, so... We'll pick up a silver here. Yeah, right now, obviously, the Swamp Hag is allowing my opponent to hit some higher price points, but I think winning the curse split is going to be more relevant. We're going to get goonsed here, presumably, this turn. I guess we're just taking another silver. It's going to be unfortunate if our potion matches up with their Swamp Hag again. Which is well possible. Okay, good. Fortunately, our Sea Hag bottom decked, and now we're very probably getting swamp hagged. Although... I guess I don't... maybe actually mind so much. Because it does mean that it's not blocking my potion. I think it's probably never worth taking the Defiled Shrine points on this board because you have goons anyway for scoring, not to mention colonies and vineyards. Like, ultimately, there's a lot of scoring that you can do here. So I don't really want to take any curses if I can help it. And unless my opponent gets a Sea Hag, I can help it, so... Unfortunately, there's not really a good way to make Destrier very cheap. So probably we just end up buying some Destriers that are expensive if and when we actually hit that price point. I mean, first 6 will be goons, but... like, there's not even a way to get Artisan to gain Destriers. We can't gain a card before that. With goons, I mean, in theory, we could hit like something in a Destrier, make it cost 5, but that's about it. I guess Engineer, we gain and pop an Engineer, but... Okay, so we actually can pick up something here. I'm honestly not sure what, though. I mean, one thing we could do is just grab an Embassy. Like, there's a lot of crud in our deck, and that's not going to change. On the other hand... ultimately, we want to be drawing with Destrier and Goons. I wonder if... do I even want one more silver? I guess I'll take another silver. We do ultimately need to try to hit 6. The Apothecary should eventually allow us to do it, to be fair, but... I guess it's possible I should have discarded Potion there instead, but... not gonna assume that I'm hitting 6, or like drawing 3 coppers here. Yeah, so they take the curse. Oh, I would have hit it. Well. Oh well. Got 2 Apothecaries in hand now. We should be able to have a good turn, economically speaking. Or... oh no, we've still got it. Okay. We can make a lot of stuff miss our shuffle here at the cost of making our Sea Hag and our incoming goons miss the shuffle. I think that's... I mean, I would like to make those estates miss the shuffle. I think I'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's grab a goons. Another Apothecary unless... get Swamp Hagged. Now this shuffle should look reasonably good. Don't like to see the coppers in our hand, though. I think we're done with silver at this point. I mean, I will take, like, you know, a platinum or something if I can hit that. but mostly I just want to buy Destriers now, play goons and as often as possible. I mean, we've got 3 curses left to give out. I think we'll probably decollide goons and Sea Hag enough that won't be a huge problem. Our deck is still, of course, full of crap. Double engineer. That's interesting. Okay, well, clearly we would prefer a silver to these other cards. So. Although, I guess there's a world where it is also possible we should take a second goons. I need to think about that, but there was a world there where I drew extra coppers and then wish I'd taken the estate, but didn't turn out that we lived in that world anyway. We do need to watch out a little bit for a pile out. Like, it's not imminent, but apothecaries are low, curses are low. Our opponent has 2 engineers. Like, they could go for an estate pile out. I wonder how many points vineyards are worth at this point. I mean, not too many. 1 goons, 1 destrier, maybe 4 or 5 apothecaries. Took a Sea Hag? Seemed a little late for that. Anyway, yeah, I think my vineyards are probably worth 2 or 3 right now. They'll definitely be worth 3 before too long, but not an amazing amount of points. Though obviously, if we manage to get like Goon's Potion in hand, we'll certainly want to think about buying. Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do that. I'm still not too bothered about it, honestly. Okay, so what we want to do here, I think, is leave the goons on top. Play the Sea Hag. Although right now we can... We hit 6, we could take Destrier... We could take Destrier Vineyard. Wonder if I should do that rather than playing the Sea Hag. Down by 8 points. The piles are low. Of course, I'm going to regret having... I guess I could take another Goons, too. Maybe that's what I should do. Goons. Vineyard. Now... Got 9. We could take Goon's Apothecary. Got the Vineyard later. Took the last Apothecary. Okay. Nice. I guess we just keep playing these, because, like, well, maybe we don't. Maybe we leave this one on top. Let me see here. So we've got Like we could already buy Province, although probably we're better off buying Destrier Vineyard. We don't need any more draw for that. Yeah, okay, let's just leave that Apothecary where it is. I mean, we could also buy Colony. Maybe we should buy Colony. That probably puts the game out of reach. Maybe not, but probably. So now we can we're not vulnerable to that pile out. Although our opponent already trashed one of the engineers and didn't take estates anyway, so I'm not sure what the third pile would even be, but now that I have the Colony, I'm gonna just take Destriers, I think. Okay, we should definitely not draw the Sea Hag. And we probably do want this goons to miss our shuffle so it doesn't collide with our other goons. I think I'm just going to take a Destrier. I don't need to like buy a copper or anything. A lot of potions. It's a lot of potions. That's an Apothecary. Okay, I can buy a Destrier as it is, and I don't want to draw into my other goons here. I just want to play the Sea Hag. So I think, although if I draw into goons, I can buy a Vineyard. Yeah, all right. We'll just leave that Apothecary on top. Maybe we just never play the Sea Hag again, which is probably completely fine. I mean, at some point we run out the Vineyards or the Destriers or both, and then we can, if it's just one, we can always pile in curses at that point. I was also going to say our opponent does have a Sea Hag, so there is that. This game seems very over to me in any case. Okay, just going to take a Destrier here. I guess with all the Apothecaries, oh my gosh. I guess what we want to do here, we're never going to reorder this a better way. So we want to draw these off with the Destrier and then play the Apothecary. Good board. Does it even make sense? Maybe we just leave the silver, leave the Apothecary. That's just like such a bad crap. And I forgot what I was going to say before I was so startled by how bad of a hand that was. Oh, I was going to say it could actually have made some sense for me to start taking coppers given that I have so many Apothecaries anyway, but like for goons points, but you only get 1 point per copper. It's pretty underwhelming. And copper is not a good card, even with Apothecary in the deck. Mostly I kind of wish I hadn't maybe hadn't taken as much silver. Like past a certain point, silver wasn't doing anything. But then again, I'm not sure if it would have taken me longer to get to goons if I hadn't taken the 3 that I took. So, you know, whatever. Curses run this turn. And just 1 pile to go, which is probably going to be Dustrier. Oh, great, we found the potion. And we can buy the Dustrier too. Having a second potion at this point would not be crazy at all, but I think it would have made sense to take over Dustrier. If I had hit exactly 4 earlier in this shuffle, I think it would have been probably a good idea to pick up a second potion. I was hitting like 2 and 3. I guess it could run on vineyards. All right, well, we could get really close to emptying on Destriers. I think I'm just going to go Colony Vineyard. Shouldn't take that long for us to get back around to our potion, and even if we don't, it's hard to see how when it comes back from this. Yeah, okay. Sea Hag was the way. So I was actually player 2. That's good. All right, what do we got this time? We don't really have trashing this time either. We just got remodel. That sucks when Grand Market is payload. We do have some draw. I mean, I wonder if we want a Baron or not. Probably not. There's nothing other than Grand Market that we want to hit that's expensive. I think we want a gear for sure. And then we probably do want to remodel. We can... I don't know. The Grand Market thing is going to be... I mean, we could potentially like turbo remodel into Grand Markets instead of trying to buy them. That might be the way to go. We want to remodel either way, but if we want to the awkward thing is that if we want to remodel into Grand Markets, we need to take 4s, not 3s. But 3s are like the actual cards that give us deck control. So Okay, this works pretty nicely. We'll take a second remodel. We could take a second gear already rather than village, but I guess we might as well take village. We know we'll be able to hit 3 for another gear next turn anyway if we want that. Yeah, I think I just plan to remodel into Grand Market. Take another gear here since we won't have a... I mean, we will be at risk of being over-terminaled, but with gear, it's not so big of a problem anyway. One of the gears is going to miss the shuffle, of course, so... Cool, got an estate set aside already. Need to think about whether it's worth taking Enchantress. I'm leaning towards not. Like, I think it's like gear is too much better, and village for that matter. Interesting. We could actually remodel an estate into a copper into a estate. That's not actually crazy. I mean, or we could just take the Grand Market right now. So next hand we've got another gear. We're gonna want another. We're going to want to get another village here, probably. I mean, alternatively, we could remodel into Grand Market and buy remodel. Versus remodel estate into remodel copper into estate and buy village. I think taking the Grand Market is probably better. I'll rebuy the second remodel, I think. It's a little dicey on the village front, but we can only draw so many dead cards with this gear at least. And if we remodel again into another Grand Market, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, let's just set aside both of the remodels. We could set aside remodel estate, but I think I prefer this line. Since, yeah, I was going to say, we know we have another estate coming up if that's what we want to remodel anyway. And maybe we prefer to take another Grand Market. Second Baron, whoa. And another estate? Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so... yeah, I think I like another remodel or the remodel. We won't be able to do that again this coming shuffle. But we can take another village gear. That's not quite what I wanted to see. Maybe I should have taken double village, actually. Although I am down to 1 remodel in my deck. Not sure. I just hope I don't draw 2 more action cards. Be sad. Okay, we didn't. Did we actually just take another remodel? Yeah, I think so. Might be about time to just kind of pile drive the villages. It's going to be a limiter. Let's see what Scobud picks up. Interesting. Animal fare over another 3 cost doesn't actually seem that great to me, but okay, we don't need this other village. Undoubtedly. We should have another Grand Market down here. Yeah. We could set aside village gear. That seems like the way to go. All right, 7 coins. I think I might just take 3 of the villages. We don't, granted, we don't really need 3 more villages right now. We could take another remodel and take 2 villages. I think I'll do that. So now we have 3 remodels. We can remodel our last estate, and we can remodel into Grand Market. I guess, yeah, Baron plus Animal Fare is enough to get you to Grand Market. Another estate. It's certainly a thing you can do. I don't understand. Okay. We're very probably not playing this 3rd remodel this turn. I mean, we'd have to draw exactly Village Estate, or, you know, some Grand Markets and then Village Estate. And if we do, we can set those aside with the gear anyway. And then just do it next turn. So let's do this. Yeah, let's just go like that. That and that. We do want another gear, but I'm going to take the village just because not many of them left. So piles are kind of low now. Remodels at 3, villages at 1, gears at 5, estates at 6. So we are going to have to think about scoring soon-ish. Might be a good idea to Well, we've got remodel Grand Market as an option. Animal fairs are also cards we could remodel into provinces. We don't have any, but we could think about getting some. Capital, huh? Is spiky. Oh, I should have. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I could remodel this before I cycled my deck. That was stupid. We might want to set aside a village. Let's play the gear. Guess we'll set aside village copper. That's annoying. I do want another gear. We've got 2 remodels left, right? Or remodels in the trash. Our opponent only has 1. Kind of also want to take a province. If I'm going to take a province, then I need to like remodel estate into gear to get other gear. I mean, I could remodel copper into state, but that doesn't seem very useful. The question is whether I would instead rather remodel estate into remodel. Maybe it's fine. Just much more flexible in terms of actually scoring. Just unfortunate that I don't get to pick up another gear if I do that, unless I don't take province. I could take gear animal fair, I suppose. And just remodel the animal fair. Yeah, let's actually do that. It might be over terminal, but we're planning to trash some of those terminals anyway, so whatever. It was dumb that I should have taken the gear before I triggered the shuffle, though. I should have played a village. I was like thinking about like, oh, I might want to set aside villages, but I wasn't going to set aside 2 villages, and yeah, it just didn't. What I did there didn't make sense. 2 remodels and 5 estates left. Not inconceivable to me that we could pile on that. Like, the animal fair is giving plus buy now. Remodel. We would need to. We would need an extra point. Oh, hello. Well, that. Okay. So we want to remodel village or gear to remodel. And then buy 5 estates and a duchy, which costs us 15. Can we get to 15 with... Or we can also remodel into remodel. Because we only need to do it once. Okay, we don't need to plan to set aside villages. So let's just play the villages. Although, unless we do end up whiffing. What are the chances of that? We haven't trashed any copper. So we have 3 grand markets. Is 6 coins, and 7 copper is 13 coins. So that's enough to buy 4 estates and a duchy, or we can remodel into the duchy and buy 5 estates. I think we should just be able to do that. Still have an extra village. We're going to draw 5 of these cards at least, but maybe no more. Let's play a gear. We don't need another village right now. Okay, so we have enough to buy out the estates and then some. Oh, I forgot about the animal fair. Right. So if we remodel right now, do we have enough? 14 is enough to buy the estates and the remodel. We have 5 buys with the animal fair. We remodel, well, yeah, we don't set aside that much is clear. Okay. We can just go, well, we don't need the extra buy, but we can go ahead and remodel into duchy or village into duchy. It doesn't matter, right? Or into remodel, whatever. Let's do this. We do need to take the remodel, right? If we take the duchy, we only have 5 buys. We need 6 buys. Take the remodel, we have 12. Yeah. We have this 6 buys that we need. 5 and 10 is 15, and we have 16 coins. Yes, okay. I'm always afraid I'm going to screw up stuff like that, but which is why I play it so slowly. But fortunately, we got there. Okay, yeah, I don't know why Scobud lowered there at the end, but that was critical. I guess we might have been able to play 2 remodels instead. If that hadn't happened, we might have still been able to do it, but... Alright, so... we got Urchin. We've also got Goat. What we want to do ultimately is do a bridge mega turn. There's Throne Room, so we don't need a ton of bridges necessarily. Question is, do we go for Mercenary? Or can we trash quickly enough with Goat that we can skip it? Like, I almost never skip Mercenary, but... It does seem like it might be correct here. Like, by the time we get the Mercenary and play it a couple times, like, the hand size attack might not even hurt that much with dens and liveries, although I don't know if we have time for dens and liveries with the bridge stuff. It's really hard to say. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then the other question is, do we take a single Urchin? I don't think we want a silver. We just want to get thin, and we don't want to be playing... We don't want to be adding stop cards to our deck other than bridges, and maybe liveries, and den sort of counts as a stop card depending on how you look at it. But, like, we don't want to be taking silver, I think. Chariot Race seems not important. Yeah, it could be Pixie. Like, the boons could be super relevant here. The Urchin attack is probably not hurting for a while, and then when it does hurt... Like, I mean, it would stop somebody from hitting 5. No, silver. Although, never mind, there's bridge. Yeah, I think Pixie is probably better. I think we take... It's unclear. Like, getting the draw with Den going would be good. Though it does make goat miss our shuffle. I think, do I prefer throne to, well, minstrel does do the sifting. I feel a little weird just following my opponent, but might be correct. So we are going to have an estate in our next hand. We're going to play a pixie. So we're going to hit 4 at a minimum, which means we can pick up another bridge. Yeah, I think we do follow. Swamp's Gift would take that. It's not like the best one, but it's definitely worth taking. Both of us will also have the option, like, to consider taking like another minstrel or throne room, but yeah, I think the second bridge is probably better. I think I will take that. Definitely wouldn't take that. Here, we're going to have one card on top of our deck after we play the minstrel, and our pixie's going to draw it, and we just have to hope that it's the goat, basically. Or that we draw the goat off the top. 40% chance that we get to play goat this turn. That's the upshot. Nope. Well, we do this, we do get to trash with the goat. And we'll be free to pick up another pixie. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so is it Den of Sin time? Probably not. We probably want to go like Throne, Minstrel, Bridge. Never mind about the pixie. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Hopefully, we don't have another copper on top. So I think we have we've had a slight edge in the boons so far. But on the other hand, our opponent is first player. So I think we need a minimum of 4 bridges probably to make this work. We have 3 right now, so I doubt there's too much risk. Ah, crap. There. We could take another bridge now, but I'm not really concerned about my opponent piling the bridges, so I don't think I want to do that. We could take a den. The coins kind of line up nicely for that, because we don't really care about the 3 costs that we would combine with the 4 costs. So we could go Den Pixie. I think I'm going to do that. If we pick up another Den this turn, we probably are getting pretty close to drawing our deck effectively each turn with the the minstrel sifting. Oh, Earth's Gift. Earth's Gift is so good. Yeah, that's the one you want. Although, fortunately, our opponent didn't have any bridges in place. They couldn't take like double 10 or something, but still incredibly good. Didn't trash. Bold. Okay. I would rather throw in a bridge than a minstrel, but if I can find my other bridge, that's just as good, and I get more sifting and such, so I think I'm going to throw in the minstrel. Top deck a pixie, discard 2 coppers. So we end up actually drawing everything. Oh, never mind. Okay, I misunderstood the situation significantly, but that's okay. An extra coin, or 2 extra coins rather. What does that get us this turn? So we're going to have 6 coins without that. 3 bridges in play. 4 buys. Four buys. So we're going to take 1 more bridge. We're going to take another den, probably. That's 3 coins. Another throne room is 4 coins. Another minstrel. Yeah, I don't think we need it. I go den, bridge, throne, minstrel. So our opponent has 2 throne rooms, or sorry, 3 throne rooms to R2. I think they also have 4 minstrels to R3. I don't really care too much about having the extra minstrels, though. We have the same number of bridges, so our opponent has a little bit more payload, but has less draw. They don't have the dens. And they also skipped a trash for what that's worth. I've trashed all of my estates and a copper, and they've trashed 2 estates and no coppers. So I've trashed 2 more times than they have. So overall, like, we should be more able to play our cards. Obviously, piles are quite low. Nobody has the buys yet to empty, but we're getting there. I have a max of 6 buys. If I throne 2 bridges and they have a max of 7, well, not accounting for the Forest's Gift, which is still out there, so that's something to pay attention to. 4 pixies in the trash. So, yeah, opponent has 2, I have 1. They're more likely to hit it. But I do have the next crack at it. Well, that may not even be a good thing. It probably is. I mean, it's probably going to be hard for the buys not to be useful. So they have actually pushed it to a point where I could, if I have like a perfect draw and hit Earth's Gift, I could just win the game. Double chariot race, okay. I guess we need to throne the pixie. Pretty unfortunate draw here. Okay, well the good news is that we hit the forest gift. I think we go ahead and take it. Oh, Flame's Gift would have been good too. Updeck a bridge. Okay, so we're not finding our den. We are playing all 4 of our bridges. So we could empty piles and lose. Probably shouldn't do that. I think we want to take a province at this point. Province den. Maybe even double den. Could also be double province, honestly. We've got the money and we've got the buys. Well, we can't take double province, double den. So maybe just 1 province. Could also take a duchy. I feel great about that. Take the province, take a den. Could use another throne. For sure. And it's free, and it doesn't lower piles, so we might as well take that. Take another throne, for that matter. The question is, like, I mean, if we load up on dens, and our opponent is not able to pile out on a win, which seems really hard for them to do, to get to 8 buys by a province and empty, like, without any duration draw. So we could take, like, another throne room, and then, like, a couple more dens, and really have a drawn deck this coming turn. I think I like that. Like, now, if they don't pile here, like, I just draw a ton of cards, and I throne my bridges, and I should just pile out. I mean, I should, well, we had the forest gifts last turn, so I guess if they take a province and they don't lower any piles, then maybe I don't actually have a win because I didn't add. Given that I won't get the forest gift this turn, I should not have any more buys this turn than I did last turn. Although maybe I will if I draw really well. I do have 4 throne rooms and 4 bridges, so in theory I can have 8 buys. Just thinking about if they buy province, don't trash the estate. Okay, well, they're definitely not piling because they just used up a couple of their throne rooms on. Draw, yeah. They've definitely got to take a province here. They can't take 2, which is good news for me. Assuming they take 1 province. I mean, I guess it's also possible that I'll just be able to win on provinces. If they take a province, me buying 6 provinces, if I can line up my thrones and my bridges, is not implausible. I only need 6 buys for that. If I play 6 bridges, provinces cost 2, I would need 12 coins. 6 of those would come from the bridges. I probably don't get to 12 coins, though. Like, I've trashed a copper. I'd have to draw all of my treasure to hit 12 coins. That seems unlikely. The more likely scenario is that I play 7 bridges, and then provinces cost 1. Oh, they took a throne room. Now I can empty on 7 buys, even if I can't afford all the provinces. Okay, so we have 4 throne rooms and 2 bridges. We don't need to throne a minstrel, necessarily. I think I'll just play this minstrel and see what I flip. Top deck to bridge. We don't have a 4th throne room to pair with. Yeah, we have to throne a minstrel now. But I think that's okay. Guess we might as well throne. Okay, well, this doesn't matter. Throne a bridge. Okay, we have 8, but yeah, we're there. Alrighty, well, turns out the dens were good, I guess. I'm not sure if that's actually the conclusion, but maybe it is. Okay. So we've got Forager is the trashing. We've got no villages. So single terminal. Yeah, we're definitely going to want a Forager. Do we want a quarry? Like, probably not. We don't need that. I mean, we can try to play some kind of, like, deck with conspirators, secret passes, and sages, but probably it's going to be more of like a money thing. Don't really care about, like, I guess the question is, what do we want the terminal to be? It might just be rabble. I mean, it could be Merchant Guild, I guess. Rabble, I mean, there is Lighthouse. What? Do I want to open with a Conspirator? Like, do I anticipate getting enough actions for Conspirator to make sense? I mean, I guess I probably end up taking some sages. So it's probably fine. There's no, like, obvious anti-synergy with Sage that I can see. Oh, I guess Necropolis actually makes this potentially a double terminal board if we don't trash it. We could consider that. Well, that was sad. Do we want a lighthouse? I guess it is a conspirator enabler. Well, no, not really. Guess we can always trash it later. It's decent right now. All right, 5. So, what? Surely you did not want to do that. Maybe that was a misclick. Merchant Guild or Rabble? That is the question. Double quarry. Wow. So I'm leaning towards like the thinner deck with a Merchant Guild, I think. This is a little bit of a risk right now that Merchant Guild and Conspirator collide, but okay. I think I'm going to take another sage here over playing the conspirator. I mean, another forger, not sage. Another conspirator here seems ambitious. We have to find like some combination of necropolis, forager. We could take a secret passage, I guess. I was thinking about sage, but maybe secret passage is better anyway. I wonder if I actually want a third forager. Like I could take one. Could take conspirator forager. Could also take conspirator sage. Let's go. Go conspirator sage. I really don't understand what this quarry is doing, let alone the second one. It's a lot of conspirators without you having much ability to activate them, is it not? Alright, do we want to keep this necropolis? Guess so. I guess we can probably take another conspirator now. Not totally sure about that, but not be surprised to see my opponent just take 2 more conspirators here. Do seem to be stocking up on them. Sage does skip over necropolis. If we're keeping it around, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have trashed it. Maybe I should trash it. Well, obviously I'll trash Hubble first, but okay. I think I'll just take another conspirator. I guess with enough secret passages, maybe we can... Like, conspirators can power through the point at which we're taking colonies or whatever. I could take colony conspirator. But needed to spend a coffer if they were going to do that. Maybe they're going to take a platinum or something, I don't know. Or a province, just for mountain pass? Kind of weird, but... Okay. Just take double secret passage. I guess so. Or we could spend a coffer and take a platinum. I actually feel like Though I'd rather have like the coffers and the finding my stuff faster than adding the stop card right now. And yeah, I think I am going to trash this Necropolis next chance I get. I mean, if I was really ambitious, I could try playing with a second Merchant Guild, I guess, but it seems, well, really ambitious. Let's just stick you on the bottom. You on the bottom. Seems it's starting to look almost practical to play with that second Merchant Guild. We put the Necropolis on the bottom. We discarded 1 copper. We'll have 2 copper. If we really trash that much copper? Doesn't feel like it, but I don't know. Maybe it's reasonable. I mean, the punishment, if I'm wrong about keeping the Necropolis, isn't that high anyway. All right, so we have up to 15 coins. We could spend 1 coffer and go Merchant Guild double secret passage. Okay. Found them right away. We probably should add a platinum. There are definitely bad draws here where we end up seeing, you know, like Conspirator, Merchant Guild, or something. But then again, so long as, I guess, we finish clearing out the copper, there's not, with only the 2 Merchant Guilds. I mean, we could see like 3 Conspirators and 2 Merchant Guilds, but it's not very likely. But he has that many buys, so pile out is not particularly imminent, although, I mean, obviously secret passages are low. Foragers kind of. Okay. He wants those secret passages. We might as well just play the Necropolis now. We know we're gonna play it. I don't mind trashing the lighthouse, but maybe. I guess the question is, would I rather trash the lighthouse for sure, or risk that whatever I draw is something that I want to trash with the Forager? I think I'll just trash it. It's not very relevant. Okay, I think I want that last secret passage. Could just take a Sage. Sage isn't really doing anything, granted. It's not hurting either. And it's something that can activate the conspirators. So we know our Necropolis is in the discard pile. We also know we have some conspirators down here. So I think we just play Sage first. What we don't want is for Sage to skip over Necropolis, probably. We never do end up taking a platinum here. I don't know. This game is not played out the way that I thought it would. I wonder if my opponent's going to take province here. I do have the extra coffers, so I can recover from Mountain Pass a little bit more quickly. No, not going to take province. Or maybe they're going to take province and Sage or something. Or they're just going to take colony. Sage colony, sure. Although, spending 1 coffers to do it, I mean, I don't know. It's fine, I guess. I guess we would prefer... Oh, it doesn't really matter. But we know we're going to do this. We'll just do that. We can draw a card. It's not actually clear. Oh, we can use Sage to skip the copper. That's better than putting it on the bottom, huh? Merchant Guild. All right, I think we put Forger on the bottom because if we don't find the copper, then I guess we should put Merchant Guild on the bottom because we haven't found the... But then again, if we find it... So we know we have 4 cards left. The bottom one is a Forager. And then one of these 3 is the Necropolis. Well, we have another Secret Passage, so I guess it doesn't... I guess it doesn't matter too much. Okay. Okay, so we still have at least 1 copper left. We have a Forager in those next couple cards. We can get, I mean, if we take like another Sage, we can get most of our offers back. We could also buy like a copper with a plan to trash it. Or we could just not do that. Plan to trash Forager with Forager and not really try to feed the Foragers might make more sense, even though we get coffers. Like, it's just we don't have actual draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the colony. I mean, there is an argument for taking a platinum. Spend all of our coffers. We get 4 coffers back, and then we have a platinum in our deck, which is like a pretty good card. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That was more secret passages. Okay. But yeah, I don't think trying to keep the Foragers fed makes too much sense. I mean, if we do end up wanting to take some coffers with the Merchant Guilds, we have the ability to trash them, and that's nice, but I don't know that it's so very important. seems to me that the most critical consideration is that we've thinned more than our opponent has. Oh, hey, Foragers just got stronger. That does change the calculus a little bit. So, stop cards in our deck. We've got 2 Merchant Guilds. We've got a Platinum. We've got an Acropolis. We've got 2 Foragers. We've got potentially unactivated Conspirators. Did our opponent trash their Necropolis? No, they didn't. They still haven't taken a second terminal. Unless you count unactivated Conspirators. So long as they don't take another Merchant Guild, we are going to ramp coffers faster than them. Let's put the Forager on the bottom too. Not the very, very bottom, but above the colony. Okay, we do have another Forager in those top 6 cards. It would be nice to trash this copper, but I think I'm just going to skip over it instead. It doesn't matter what I do here. I mean, I guess I could put a secret passage on the bottom and know that I had that available for next turn. That might be a good idea, actually. Well, I could put it above the Forager in the colony. Okay, we found the other Forager. Yeah, this... Okay, we have here is now is secret passage, colony, Forager. If we put Forager below, we can play the secret passage. Oh, but then we don't have anything to trash with the Forager. Awkward. Yeah, forget it, I guess. I don't want to draw the secret passage, though. I guess we top deck the Forager and just don't play it. Didn't quite work out the way that I would have liked, but what can you do? All right. We can just go Colony Sage. Our opponent, do they still... They do have 3 Foragers, so in theory they have 4 buys, but... like... well, in theory I could have had 5 buys. Fascinating. It's just going to be too hard to get all of those buys into play. Anyway, J Colony Sage. Yeah, I think that's just what we do. This is an annoying deck to play. Yeah, so our opponent can afford colony here, but they're like kind of just scraping by. Unfortunately, the tempo is such that, like, it would have been really nice if I could have gotten to, like, into a position where I could take double colony and just win off of that. There's no way I'm going to hit triple colony. Q on the bottom. And play this and this. Okay, we could go ahead and forage the forager. Or we could stick a forager on the bottom again and like, I mean, the forager is gives us an extra buy. That doesn't really do anything for us right now. Getting it out of the deck would also be helpful. There's no way our opponent is taking double colony. So I guess what we do this turn is we just buy one colony. And hopefully spend as few coffers as possible, if not none, to do it. But yeah, I think getting rid of a forager is good. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and top deck the forager, draw it with Sage. All right. You can go... I'm drawing conspirators. You know what? No, I should have put... No. I'm going to put it like... deep enough that I'm not drawing it, but shallow enough that I'm seeing it next turn if I end my turn soon. Well, okay. Not find either merchant killed. It's okay. Yeah, let's just take one colony. Because like all we need to do next turn to win is take... we can take double colony or we can take colony. Like if, well, they're probably going to take the mountain pass points. Right? And then we have to bid first. Maybe I should take province here. Force them to bid first. Also don't have to spend any coffers if I do that. I'm going to do that. Oh, dang it. I have that colony down there, and I'm going to draw it and not be able to cycle it across the shuffle. It's annoying. It's 16? That seems awfully high. Worth 8 points. So I would need to take all 3 colonies, but that seems pretty doable. And I don't have to do it all at once. Or I could take, if I get double colony province. I think I get to, they get take colony, they're at say 38, 48, and I get 2 colonies, I'm at 46. Yeah. I only actually need double. I need duchy. That seems. No, I guess it is right because they have a 12-point lead. And then I'd be making up 13 points. Yeah, yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that. Oh, all right. Well, that, now they're gonna have another turn where they can't buy anything. So that's pretty excellent. We cannot actually double colony here, which is annoying. And anything we buy over and above the colony, we have to find the merchant guilds. Well, I guess we don't have to. If we take like colony double copper, we gain 6 coffers. We're at 14. We would need to find forager and also generate 8 coins, but the platinum isn't there either. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay, we know we can't skip over our necropolis here, so we don't have. We can just play the sage. That's fine. Almost all the debt paid off. So now we do need to be a little bit scared. Yes, they might be able to afford colony next turn. Too bad that they found the platinum. If they hadn't done that, I wouldn't really be concerned. Okay, we know we have like 3 green cards down here. So this order is not really going to matter very much. Okay, can we hit double colony here? Surely we can. 8, 19, 20. Yeah, we should definitely have this. Like, it's not even close. Cool. I'm not sure whether that jog over to Mountain Pass actually made sense or whether it would have been better to just buy a colony, but it did work out at least. Okay. We got lookout, but we've also got some cursing. Way of the Owl and Embassy or the draw. Oh, an envoy. Well, there's not really any. I guess Swamp Hag is DTX payload. That requires a lot of actions, although there is Throne Room, so I don't understand opening Fortress, but that's fine. Look at it being the Bane means that Young Witch should be pretty ignorable. Yeah, so do we want silver? Try to buy expensive stuff. Are we going to play with... I mean, we can play with Howl without committing to that, like, as the deck strategy. But yeah, probably we end up going with Envoy. I'm wondering about double Lookout versus Lookout Silver. Because Lookout ultimately can trash Fortress. Which makes having 2 Lookouts in the deck less annoying than normal. On the other hand, if I go double Lookout, I probably don't end up like being able to afford much of anything in the second shuffle. But if I take a silver, what am I going to buy? Like a Fortress, maybe, or an Envoy or something. I don't know. Let's just get the second Lookout. Oh, hey, look, we can afford a silver anyway. That is nice, although it doesn't need to be Fortress for that to work, but it's nice. It could still be a good idea to get Swamp Hag here, because trashing curses with Lookout, like after you already have a deck, is pretty annoying. Decent chance we don't get to trash an estate here. I think my first 5 would be Spices, but... well... it could be Swamp Hag, because you do already have plus buy in the deck. I mean, I have two Lookouts, so getting Swamp Hag right now doesn't go amazing for my opponent, but... well, that's what they're going to do. Take another silver. Take a Fortress here. I think that makes more sense than Envoy given Way of the Owl. Oh, there's the Swamp Hag. So now we're going to have a decision to make. Do we take a curse? We could go on a mission. Trash again. Instead. I did not buy another Swamp Hag. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just go on a mission. We'll probably end up taking a curse at some point, but All right, this is definitely going to be Fortress. The fact that I've only trashed one estate, pretty ugh. Hopefully I can get one here. So assuming no Swamp Hag, this is going to be second lookout. I mean, second Fortress. Our deck is thin enough that Envoy isn't really even doing very much right now. This gift is really good. I don't think I would have taken Throne Room over another Fortress, but I don't know. What, 7? What does 7 do? Spices Tracker? Why do you want to top deck the Spices? And I guess you don't have any Fortresses in that hand anyway. I should probably top deck the Fortress at this point so that I can try to draw this turn. Alright, so we're gonna hit 5. That's good. Ideally here, what we do is we trash an estate, we discard the copper, I guess, and top deck a lookout, play the Fortress, then we play the lookout as Owl, and basically draw deck. Playing Lookout before Owl doesn't make any sense. That's very confusing. I'm not sure I said that the right way. Playing Lookout as Owl before playing it as regular Lookout. Like, you would get to sift and you would get to draw more cards if you did it the other way around. I don't get it. Alright, we're getting Swamp Hagged, which sucks because we were potentially going to buy 2 cards this turn. Might be time for me to get a Swamp Hag of my own. Opponent has trashed as many estates as we have, but we have 3 coppers in there, so 4, 5. I guess they're almost as trashed as I am. That's pretty frustrating. Another tracker. Wow. Oh, this works too. Fortunately, we don't get to use the lookout. So I think we're going to take a curse. I think I would like to get a Swamp Hag, but we don't have enough econ in our deck right now to wait another turn for Swamp Hag to come online, so I think I'm going to take a Spices. Ugh, damn it. I think I am losing this game. Well, okay. Our opponent didn't find their action cards. That's nice. At least. Embassy would actually help with that problem. Something to think about, I guess. Okay, well. I I guess we know we don't want to trash the fortress. We're going to trash a copper, so. Or an estate, right? We still do have one of those. Okay. Now I think we do want to take a Swamp Hag. We could go Swamp Hag Fortress. Let's do that. Blah. I'd just draw, like, I don't know, something bad. This might be a lookout turn. I mean, a mission turn. Definitely losing this game right now. Well, at least there's only one curse effect in play. Interestingly, if I do mission, I want to not play my Swamp Hag this turn. So, do we want to play the lookout, or we don't have. There's a good chance we hit a fortress and we put it in our hand anyway, in which case it's sort of a no-op, but we could just draw with the lookout, and we could, like, instead of. Well. The mission thing is just awkward because I, like, don't gain any cards. Frig. Well, I don't know. We trashed the second lookout at this point. Maybe we do. No, let's trash the silver. This matter at all. We just want to maybe play our lookout again. We do have another copper down there. Now, we probably don't want the second lookout, and well, I don't know. We can always play lookout as owl, so keeping it around makes sense. And I'm so far behind, I could probably just resign. But the end of the game isn't imminent, and I don't know what my opponent's actual plan is, so. Would have been good to get another swamp hag so that we could get alternating hags into play, but. How many curses will you take? I would think my opponent would want to go on a mission here, not just because they're going to want to try to trash some curses they're going to take, but also because they should want to get their own swamp hag back into play. Which is something I should consider myself this turn if I can afford it. I'm not sure that I can. Oh boy. I have a lot more fortresses than I do. Seven to 3. That's going to be hard to deal with. I'm probably going to have to transition to something that's not making so much use of owl. Pick up some embassies. And some throne rooms, of course. Though resigning is definitely an option as well. And the thing is, my opponent's deck isn't doing like that much, but doing enough. Yeah. I figured they were going to do trash a fortress so they can draw the swamp hag that they just top decked. At least I haven't gotten any of the curses trashed. Can't buy anything, so. So last card, the other lookout. I think I'm gonna leave it in my deck for now, but not on top. So we can buy Embassy or Swamp Hag and Mission. Embassy isn't going to do much this turn. I think I'm going to take Swamp Hag. Maybe I should have left the lookout on top, actually. We only have the one curse. Do we want to get 2 Swamp Hags into play? Maybe we do. We got 2 fortresses on top. We have no curses on top. I think we can roll with that. There is maybe something here where all we have to do on our mission turn is trash curses as appropriate. Buy Swamp Hag, or play Swamp Hag that we just bought. And we essentially get the Swamp Hag money every turn. You'd invest in some throne rooms for that, but that should be fine. We get both of the curses? That's disappointing. I mean, I guess the reason this isn't more of a landslide is because my opponent is spending a lot of terminal space on trackers. It isn't like... I mean, it works with the DTX, but it's far from amazing. Given the deck they're trying to build, I don't quite understand why they chose to take the gold. Really, they want a mission here to deal with that and get Swamp Hag back into play, but I guess unclear whether it can't be good for them to take another card that gives them 2 more curses, right? Unless it's province, in which case, like, you can kind of justify it. Still seems dubious, but just province mission might be the best thing for them to do. Don't bother spending the other 4 coins. Yeah. Playing tracker normally there seems kind of weird. From the hag. Okay, well. And we got that to deal with. So hmm. We take we probably need to buy mission regardless. We can stick them with at most 2 curses, so getting another swamp hag doesn't seem that great. Take the embassy. It's not going to do much for us now. Next turn, when the curses are out, I mean, it'll help us trash curses. It won't increase our payload, though. But we won't need to mission next turn either. But we've still only got 11 coins in our deck, which is not very many. We could take another spices. And then we have 13 coins plus the 2 coffers. And we can, like, take province plus off of that. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Oh. Piles are also low, although I don't know what the easy third pile would be. Well, I got both of the curses again? That's not very fair. I guess I can understand taking the gold so that you can take more advantage of Owl, but on the flip side, it seems kind of... I don't know. Maybe we do have to buy mission again because we need to get the dang swamp hags into play. But don't buy mission. So on the one hand, we're down a bunch. On the other hand, they just made their deck a lot worse and they didn't mission to try to clean stuff up. So maybe this can still work out. So yeah, we can go like... So we have 15 coins. If we take province... You could just take province spices. And then without the 6 coins next turn, we still have enough 2 province. Yeah, I think it's honestly the way to go. I mean, in theory, I don't know if it'll work out in practice, but... buffers might help too. Well, they don't seem to be having trouble with all the crap they put in their deck just now. Managed to discard province with lookout twice. It's pretty freaking lucky. Still don't think that the fortress lookout opening was actually any good, but River's Gift might actually hurt them, maybe? I don't know. I do have another... no, I don't. Okay. So, how do I win from this position? Those next 3 cards are what? Another lookout. Silver. And another spices? Yeah, another spices. So if I just take province, I'm down by 10. Well, there's no reason to play the lookouts. Down by 10, I spend almost all of my coffers though. But I do have 6 coins coming in. My opponent hits province. Like maybe I'd just take duchy here, save the coffers. Too bad that I never had time to get a draw card. That would have been pretty good. That embassy would be really nice to have right now. Not that there was like any really good opportunity to pick it up, but I guess it's conceivable my opponent could pile on trackers here. There's only 5 of them left. If they take tracker with Earth's Gift and then have a couple spices and play... oh, I don't think you need to do that. Envoy. Oh, you can top deck it? Well, okay, that's fair. That makes more sense. Really would be nice. They would choke on the curses of the provinces, but no, they get to discard a province again. They haven't trashed the last 2 curses. That's nice, but I'm pretty annoyed by how well they've been able to draw. Okay, so double province, obviously I'm well behind. I could take triple duchy. I could also take like double duchy embassy. Maybe go on a mission. Mission only gives me net 2 coins though. I just need my opponent to dud, and that's pretty much the situation. I guess isn't very likely with Swamp Hag in play. Like at some point, they ought to run into problems trying to draw to X with green and curses in their deck, but hasn't happened so far. Hasn't happened so far. Oh, gosh. Well, there's a world where I win here on duchies and Silk Roads. It sure doesn't seem likely, though. Guess take duchy estate. Coffers. Like it's gonna matter. Yeah, okay. Well, that game did not go well at all. I'm not quite sure why. Like if it was just that my opponent high rolled early with like they got the lookout into fortress to draw extra cards, and I forget whether they hit 5 that turn or not. But like they hit 5 earlier, certainly, which you know, I wasn't even really trying to do with opening double lookout, but if I'd opened lookout silver, I don't know, maybe I would have hit 5. The point is, like, they opened with a fortress, which to me seemed like pretty terrible, and I still think it was, but it did. They did pair them up, and that was really nice for them. Maybe that just snowballed too much. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I definitely don't believe in opening fortress. I mean, if I had collided my lookouts, I would have just as much had the option to go lookout into owl, right? So from that perspective, there's no reason for it to be fortress in particular. So it might just be the high roll of colliding. Like, would I have played it as Owl if I'd collided the Lookouts? That I don't actually know. I guess it would have depended. If I had revealed 2 estates, you know, if I could have like trash one, top deck the other, and then trash the other, I probably would have just done that. And then, like, at that point, there's a pretty real chance of hitting 5 anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the takeaway from this game is. I would prefer to know what it was, but I'm unclear. Like, maybe I was too careful of the Swamp Hag, or maybe it was just more important to get Swamp Hag quickly than I realized. I could see both of those things being the case. In any case, still got, you know, obviously 4 wins before that, so, you know, can't complain. Thanks for watching. I will apparently be playing the last game of this match some other time, so until then.